Okay, so this is what the finished product looks like. As you can see, it's just some colorful dots that I've painted on a piece of watercolor paper. And then I went back after it was dry and drew in the bicycle shape because that's what the dots reminded me of, a bicycle. So I'm just going to go through the supplies that you're going to need. Let me move this out of the way here. So I just have a little desk set up in my my home office, I guess you could call it. And I have my watercolor palette here, which is from a previous art class that I took, but you could just use a watercolor palette you may have at home if your kids ever did watercolors, or you could even water down acrylic paints. This is watercolor paper, but you could use any kind of paper. And then I have my palette here, and I have some water. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trace some circles onto the piece of paper, and I'm just using a shot glass, and I also have a Jello cup that I use. So I'm going to trace some circles on, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so you can see I've I've drawn around several different circles, and this one's a little bit different than the one I made yesterday. The shapes are a little bit differently placed on the paper, but that's what I like about this kind of craft. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's no rigid rules to follow. You just color in however you like. So I'm going to start by coloring one color. I'm going to start with the blue, and I'll paint in several of the different circular shapes, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the blue all painted on. And you can see it's not perfect. I didn't stay in the lines. And so now I'm going to paint the red in. Now you may notice that there is some overlap between the circles, and we want that because where they meet together, then they create a whole new color, and that kind of will spark maybe you to mix some colors that you've never mixed before, though I'm staying with the primary colors. So this is all about creating the spark of creativity. So I'm going to paint the red on, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and now I'm going to paint in the third and final color, which is yellow. I'm going to do this on camera since you didn't get to see either one of the other colors. So I just basically color in the circle, and you can see when it overlaps with the blue, it's going to make a greenish color in there. I'm not staying in the lines either, though you may want to. Okay, so just have one more circle to color in here, and we'd be all done. So the whole point of this course was to get your creative juices flowing, to get your mind off of other things by concentrating on working on an art project, or knitting, or sewing, or cooking. It just takes your mind off of worldly events and lets you think about other things. So there you go. I'm going to let this dry, and then I will see if I want to make it into a bicycle, or like that, or draw a balloon, or I'm not sure. So I hope you like this video, and if you want to see more, go to lynda.com through the library website, and I clicked on drawing. All right, and I'll see you at the library. Thank you. Bye.